Listen carefully. You will never win love by giving away the parts of you that make you, you. If a man asks for your voice, your money, your friends, your self-respect, or your safety, that's not love. That's control. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things a woman should never do for a man. Not if you want peace. Not if you want respect. And definitely not if you value your own life. These are hard truths. Some might sting. But by the end, you'll see the signs clearly, and know exactly how to protect your worth. Before I continue, please hit that subscribe button, like and share this video with your loved ones. Thank you. Now, let's dive in. 1. Never lose yourself to please him. It always starts small. He doesn't like your hairstyle, so you change it. He doesn't like your friends, so you stop picking their calls. He doesn't like your favorite dress, so you shove it to the back of your wardrobe. At first, you tell yourself it's compromise. That's what love is, right? But compromise is mutual. What you're doing is surrender. And once you start giving up piece after piece of yourself, you end up as a shadow. Psychology calls this self-abandonment. It's when you silence your own needs and identity just to avoid conflict or to keep someone happy. It feels like peace in the moment, but over time it builds resentment, anxiety, even depression. Here's the danger: once you lose yourself, you're harder to love. Not because you're unlovable, but because you've erased the very things that made you unique in the first place. Real-life example. Imagine a woman who loves painting. Every Saturday she spends hours with her brushes, lost in colors. She meets a man who rolls his eyes at her art, calls it childish, and insists she spend that time with him instead. She quits painting to keep the peace. Months later, she feels empty, restless, and strangely bitter toward him. Why? Because she killed a part of herself for his comfort. What to do instead? Keep one non-negotiable hobby or passion alive. Even if it's just an hour a week, protect it. Practice saying, "I disagree," without apology. Start small. It builds your voice back. Make at least one plan every week that has nothing to do with him: lunch with a friend, a class, or just quiet time for yourself. Love that requires you to disappear is not love. It's control disguised as care. 2. Never tolerate abuse, in any form. Say this with me: abuse is not love. I'll repeat it. Abuse is not love. Abuse comes in many faces. Some are loud and obvious, like shouting, hitting, or threats. Others are quiet but just as deadly, like gaslighting, silent treatment, controlling your movements, or guilt-tripping you until you feel crazy. If a man calls you names, belittles you, threatens you, isolates you from family, controls your money, or lays his hands on you, he is not just stressed. He is abusive. And here's the brutal truth: staying will not make it better. It will only teach him that his behavior works. Every time you excuse him with, "He didn't mean it," or "He was just angry," you are teaching him you'll stay no matter how bad it gets. Real-life example. A woman gets shouted at every time she disagrees with her partner. He slams doors, calls her useless, and storms out. The next morning, he brings flowers and says, "You know I didn't mean it." She forgives him. But slowly, her confidence drains. She walks on eggshells. She second-guesses her own memory when he denies things he said. That's gaslighting. That's abuse. What to do instead? Set a clear line: if you insult me, I walk away. Then do it. Don't explain, don't argue. Leave the space. Keep evidence if the abuse is serious: texts, messages, notes. Build a safety net: know who to call, where to go, and how to get help. And most importantly, don't stay hoping he'll change. Change is only real if he seeks help on his own. Not because you begged. Your safety and dignity are not bargaining chips. They are non-negotiable. 3. Never give up your financial independence. Let's be very clear: money is not just money. Money is freedom. It's the freedom to walk away if you have to. The freedom to say no, the freedom to choose. When you hand over your financial independence, you hand over your power. That's why financial abuse is one of the most common tools controlling men use. How it looks. He convinces you to quit your job because he can provide. He gives you an allowance but monitors how you spend it. He demands you hand over your salary for the household, but doesn't share the accounts with you. He sabotages your work, maybe by picking fights before big presentations or discouraging you from promotions. Without money, your options shrink. You feel trapped. You depend on him for basic needs, and that dependence is exactly what gives him control. Real-life example. A woman is a teacher. She loves her job. Her husband convinces her to stop working, saying, "Stay home, I'll take care of us." Years later, when the marriage turns sour, she has no savings, no job history, and no way to leave. Her wings were clipped long before the cage was locked. What to do instead? Always keep your own bank account. Even if you're married, set aside personal savings. It doesn't have to be much, just something that's yours. Keep your documents safe: ID, passport, certificates, and copies of important papers. Stay employable. If you're not working now, learn a skill, volunteer, or build something on the side. Money is not greed. It's your backup plan, your confidence, your escape hatch if things go wrong. Never give it up for promises. 4. Never carry all the emotional labor. Let's talk about invisible work. Who remembers the birthdays? Who organizes family events? Who checks if bills are paid on time? Who smooths over fights, apologizes first, and makes sure everyone is okay? For too many women, the answer is always, me. That's emotional labor. It's the invisible work of keeping a relationship running smoothly. And when only one person does it, that relationship becomes lopsided. The man enjoys the comfort. The woman carries the weight. Real-life example. A woman plans every anniversary. She books the restaurants, buys the gifts, arranges the surprises. Her husband? He just shows up. At first, she thinks, that's okay, he's not romantic. But years later, she feels unappreciated, drained, and bitter. Because love without effort feels like exploitation. What to do instead? Call out the work. Say, I plan the last 3 dates. It's your turn now. Write down the tasks that keep your lives running and split them. Bills, chores, social plans, divide them fairly. Stop over-explaining. A simple "I need help with this" is enough. And here's the truth: if he refuses, believe him. He's telling you who he is. Some men want a partner. Others want a mother. Know the difference. 5. Never cut off your support system. This one is dangerous, and too many women fall for it. A man says, I don't like your friends. Or, your family doesn't want the best for us. Or, I just want you all to myself. It sounds flattering at first. But slowly, you stop seeing your friends. You stop calling your sister. You stop spending weekends with your family. And one day, you realize the only person left in your life is him. That's not love. That's isolation. And isolation is one of the oldest tricks in the book for control. When you don't have people around you to reflect reality back at you, you become easier to manipulate. Real-life example. A woman used to meet her best friend every Friday. After dating a controlling man, she stops going. He says the friend is a bad influence. Months later, she has no one to confide in when the relationship turns toxic. She feels trapped and alone, exactly as he planned. What to do instead? Keep your circle alive. Call your sister. Visit your parents. Stay close to your friends. If he gets angry about your relationships, that's not love. That's a red flag. Remember, a healthy man will encourage you to have people outside the relationship. An insecure man will fight it. Don't let anyone shrink your world. Love should expand you, not cage you. The final truth. These 5 rules are not about being stubborn. They are about protecting your voice, your freedom, and your dignity. So let's recap. 1. Never lose yourself to please him. 2. Never tolerate abuse. 3. Never give up your financial independence. 4. Never carry all the emotional labor. 5. Never cut off your support system. A man who truly loves you will never ask you to give these things up. He will never demand your silence, your money, your freedom, or your safety. Real love doesn't shrink you. Real love makes you stand taller. And here's what I want you to remember most. If a man truly loves you, he will never ask you to disappear. If this video hit home, share it with another woman who needs to hear it. And if you want more no-fluff psychology content, make sure to subscribe.